right now on 5 on Your Side at 10.
Prayers answered?
When it's in God's hands, you never know what could happen.
Tonight, reaction as 2 Catholic parishes fighting church consolidation, getting a promising sign from the Vatican. The clock is ticking to spend millions of dollars just sitting in the city's coffers. St. Louis leaders meeting just hours ago to discuss how to put unspent federal funding to good use.
But first, a nose-numbing November morning is on the way. Why the wind won't be whipping around the cold air like it did today.
A cold Halloween night for trick-or-treaters, many bundled up in coats and gloves as they hit their neighborhood streets to collect their candy. Some even warmed up by the fire. We could be in for the coldest night of the season. Good evening, I'm Mike Bush. Ann Allred has the night off. St. Louis could hit a new record low overnight. So let's get straight over to Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell with that Weather First forecast.
Mike, most of us were in the 20s early this morning for our first widespread freeze. Officially, Lambert was down to 30 degrees, but for a lot of us, it looked like this. Lee shared this photo on our 5 on Your Side Weather Watchers Facebook group. Frosty morning. Quite a bit of frost across the area, and there's more forming tonight. Now, temperatures are right around freezing, give or take a couple of degrees. We have some clouds that have rolled into the St. Louis area, and that's limiting our drop right now. But those clouds will be moving out. They're already starting to break up. And you notice as you look up towards Kirksville where it's clear, temperatures are already down into the mid-20s. Upper teens to lower 20s away from town tonight, mid-20s in town. This should be a record-tying low temperature tomorrow morning. The morning record is 26 degrees. Dry weather is expected into the weekend, and milder weather will return after this cold weather in just a few minutes. We'll help you make some weekend plans as we look at that 10-day forecast in just a few minutes, Mike.
All right, Scott. Developing tonight, a 15-year-old girl is recovering on this Halloween night after being grazed by a bullet in North St. Louis. It happened around 7:30 tonight near the intersection of Thekla and Oriole Avenues near Unity Park. We're told the bullet grazed her shoulder. No word on where the bullet came from or any arrests. Some hope tonight for 2 Catholic parishes fighting to stay open under the St. Louis Archdiocese All Things New plan. New tonight, our Robert Townsend has reaction to the news the Vatican is hearing their appeals. Robert.
Mike, I talked to a longtime parishioner at St. Elizabeth, Mother of John the Baptist Parish in North St. Louis, and a nonprofit leader. Now, both are cautiously optimistic about the Vatican's decision. 87-year-old Queen Esther Frazier has been a proud parishioner at St. Elizabeth, Mother of John the Baptist Parish for more than 60 years. And right now,
I am very happy.
That's because her parish at the corner of Shreve and Carter Avenues in North St. Louis now has the attention of the Vatican.
I am glad they took it under advisory.
Monday, the St. Louis Archdiocese announced the Vatican is now reviewing requests from parishioners at St. Elizabeth, the Mother of John the Baptist, and Saints Philip and James Parish in St. Genevieve County to keep their parishes open under the All Things New reconstructing plan. The plan consolidates 178 parishes into 134. According to the Archdiocese, after the plan went into effect in August, St. Elizabeth, Mother of John the Baptist, merged with other parishes into a yet unnamed parish. Parishioners here and at several other parishes appealed to the Vatican against the closures of their parishes.
I'm pleasantly surprised that we got the response that we did.
Jason Bolte is the founder of the nonprofit Save the Rome of the West. The group helped Frazier and other parishioners at St. Elizabeth file their appeal to the Vatican.
You know, with them putting it on hold, it shows that we have a valid, solid case. It gives them something to review. They didn't just throw it out like we've seen with some other cases.
Meantime, as she waits for the Vatican's final decision, Mrs. Frazier remains positive and prayerful.
We have a good chance of being open and used.
When it's in God's hands, you never know what could happen.
Now, the Vatican rejected petitions from parishioners at Blessed Teresa of Calcutta in Ferguson and at St. Matthew the Apostle in St. Louis. Of course, nobody knows when the Vatican will exactly release its decision on all this.
Robert, thanks. New surveillance video tonight shows a man randomly attacking a woman holding a toddler in the Central West End. Police say Anthony McGee tried to take the child from her. This happened Sunday morning at Euclid and West Pine. The child's father chased after him. Police say McGee attacked 2 other women, including a woman in her 80s. They say he choked her and broke both her arms. 2 juveniles are now in custody in connection with a deadly shooting in Maplewood last week. Police are still looking for the suspected gunman, 18-year-old Justin Vance. He's wanted for second-degree murder charges for the death of Teron Bales. Bales was shot and killed on Yale Avenue last Thursday. Investigators say a group attacked him when he refused to give them $400. Tonight, a fire at a Metro East thrift store is under investigation. Several donations were destroyed after 2 storage trailers caught on fire this morning outside Savers in Fairview Heights. The cause is under investigation, but firefighters say it may have been started by someone trying to keep warm inside one of the trailers. Just hours ago, St. Louis officials put millions of dollars in unspent pandemic funds under the microscope. The Board of Aldermen could steer some of that money into new directions soon. Our political editor, Mark Maxwell, was there as Mayor Jones's office opened up their books.
City Hall faces a classic conundrum. More money, more problems. On one hand, agencies can't seem to spend their share of $500 million fast enough. On the other, they fear what might happen when it all runs out.
We know ARPA is going to end at some point. We don't have enough money to extend those contracts beyond the end of next year.
Top aides to Mayor Jones told the Board of Aldermen's Housing, Urban Development, and Zoning Committee they're worried they'll run out of federal pandemic money.
We have $510 million of allocations of American Rescue Plan Act funds.
There was millions of dollars in money that the city did not spend.
The financial update from the mayor's office showed the city has only spent 17% of federal COVID funds so far. For example, the city hasn't spent a dime of the $2.5 million set aside for police overtime.
It is our intention to reappropriate the ARPA-funded police overtime.
Aldermen have until the end of next year to identify unused money and put it to use.
Well, we are definitely, it seems like we have a lot of time, but we're really in crunch time.
We have already accomplished a lot of work, and maybe the numbers don't exactly show it.
Out of the $136 million City Hall gave the Board of Public Service and Streets Department, more than $100 million remains unspent and unassigned to any contract yet. And the agency heads predicted cost overruns from inflation will drain their funding dry before they can finish all the jobs in the original plan.
We don't know the final dollar amount until all of the work is done.
I want to see any money that's reallocated going to our infrastructure, especially in our water division, knowing that city just raised rates on folks.
Then there's the $250 million from the Rams settlement.
We want to be able to use that money to expand off of ARPA.
A new proposal would redirect $5 million in unspent pandemic money on things like a tenant registry, updating zoning codes, and forgiving medical debt.
We have about $80 million worth of medical debt that is held by people just in the city of St. Louis.
Well, I'm interested in supporting tenants. We don't even have that bill introduced yet. So to allocate funds to a bill that doesn't exist or a program that doesn't exist, we don't know if it'll pass, is odd.
Some of this money got caught up in lawsuits. The city tried to spend more than $1 million helping St. Louis women travel out of state for legal abortion services until the Attorney General sued. The HUD's committee could vote on how to spend that money, plus about $4 million more in unspent COVID funds next week.
An update tonight on an Illinois state trooper who was shot on the line of duty. Trooper Dakota Chapman Green was shot in both legs and beaten last week during a traffic stop in Springfield. He also suffered a brain bleed and a skull fracture. His family has posted pictures of his recovery. Police say the suspect was wanted for a homicide in Chicago. Tonight, area families spent the night braving the colder than normal temperatures we're seeing on this Halloween. It meant getting creative with the costumes to keep the fun alive, and our Brent Solomon visited several neighborhoods. He's live in the Grove with more on the chilly night of trick-or-treating. Brent.
Well, Mike, we're talking temperatures in the low 40s. Our area hasn't seen a Halloween this cold in a few years. But when it comes down to this annual tradition of trick-or-treating, one family told me anything for the kids.
Happy Halloween!
All right, kids, time to show off those costumes.
Foxy, Ghostface, I'm Ghostface. Elsa.
Trick-or-treating started at 4 Tuesday afternoon in the Grove.
This is fake blood and...
Wow! And even then, it was cold outside.
Long sleeves, sweatpants, boots, Uggs.
Whatever it takes to get in on the fun. Over in St. Charles,
this is a little bit cooler than we're used to, but we'll brave the night.
Outdoor fire pits greeting Halloween enthusiasts in the Cambridge Crossing neighborhood.
We did over 200 candy bags. We filled, me and my mother filled the candy bags for the kids. So that's what we used to do when I was little with my mom.
But Mom had to be a no-show tonight.
I'm just sorry that my mother, who's 93, would have been sitting here with the witch's hat on and giving out the candy to all these kids. So I'm just sorry that it's a little chilly for her.
It didn't stop the kids from packing what this community calls Halloween Town. Several homes get in on the action, decorating and luring eager candy seekers.
We don't want to terrorize them. We don't want the kids to be scared, especially the little bitty ones, but we want them to have fun and enjoy themselves.
And from the looks of it, that they did.
It's just a great night.
Now, every year, Halloween Town collects donations for the Leukemia Lymphoma Society. That's because one of their neighbors who passed away from cancer loved Halloween. You can learn much more about that fundraiser right now on KSDK.com.